evening and welcome. This is Whole and Beautiful, and I am Angela Oliphant, your host, and I am so glad that you have joined me again tonight for a night of information, revelation, and change. Tonight is my live show. I'm here, guys. Okay, for the like last week, a couple of shows I have been like busy, but I am still busy today, but I was like, I have to do my show. This is the last Friday of 2022. So I wanted to make sure that I was here and make sure that I could do my live show. So I am here live with you all on tonight. And when you come in, just let me know that you're out there. Say hello. Let me know where you're listening from. Tell me where you're listening from. What avenue are you coming in on? Are you coming from SIBN Network where you're listening to me? Or are you coming on ALH Broadcasting and listening there? Or are you on the Whole and Beautiful page and listening there? And by the way, I want to thank you all. My Whole and Beautiful page has 234 followers. Yay! I was notified of that like earlier in the week that I had 200, and today I checked and I had 234. I normally don't even check things like that. I'm like, whoever listens, whoever out there like the page, they like the page. If they don't, it's okay with me. But I got that notification and I was so excited. And I know 234 may not be big for some people because people have millions of followers and different people that are out there that are listening to them. But for me to have 234 in the year with 234 active, like following me on my Whole and Beautiful page, I am so grateful. And I am so thankful to my Whole and Beautiful Nation. That's what I call y'all. Y'all, my Whole and Beautiful Nation. And I thank you for liking. I thank you for commenting. I thank you for sharing the broadcast with other people. I thank you for listening in and for clicking that like on my page. I thank you for that. It means a lot to me. So I am grateful for that. Hello, Linda. How you doing this evening? I am glad that you are here. And whoever else is out there, because I keep finding out like week by week. Oh, thank you. Week by week and month by month, I find out that other people are listening in, and they're not saying anything. They just sitting out there, they listening. But you know what? I'm grateful for you because you're listening, and I hope that you're getting something out of what is being shared with you. Tonight, I wanted to go over this reminder. Before I do that, again, thank you for my 234 followers. But I wanted to go back to a reminder. A few weeks ago, I had Angie Board, who is a personal trainer. She was on. She talked about weight loss. She talked about exercise, and she challenged us to a no sugar challenge. So she wanted to get that started out into the new year because she knew Christmas and all this stuff was coming up, and people probably would kind of like fall off because it's like, oh, I got to have my dessert during the holidays. So the no sugar challenge is starting January the 2nd. It will go through January the 13th. On the 13th, which is that Friday, Angie Boyd will be back on the show with me, and she is planning to do like a mini exercise with you. She's going to go through some moves with you that you can do and kind of show you some things that you can do as far as like with exercise at home. If you have questions for her, questions that you want answered during this time that she's going to be on the show, I want you to send me an email, wholebeautiful@gmail.com. Go ahead and send me your questions so I can have them for her, so we can see how many questions we got are going to be coming in. So I will know how much time she has with us to maybe go through some exercises with us. So she's probably going to do maybe like 5 to 10 minutes just to kind of show us what we can do. And she will answer questions also if you have had problems doing your no sugar challenge, or you want to ask her some other health question about exercise and chair exercises and yoga and different strengthening exercises. Just go ahead, send me those questions. wholebeautiful@gmail.com, and I will get all those questions together, gather them together so that she can look at them and she can answer those questions on January the 13th when she is here during that interview, and seeing how everybody's no sugar challenge has gone. Now, if you have already done your no sugar challenge and you went ahead and you did it, send me an email, wholebeautiful@gmail.com. Let me know how it went. Let me know if you were able to do the whole 2 weeks that you decided to do it. Let me know if you made it through. If you didn't, what were some struggles? What happened during the time that you were trying not to eat the sugar? So remember, wholebeautiful@gmail.com. Send me your questions. Let me know how your no sugar challenge has gone. If you are just starting it on the second with the rest of us, then you can also send me an email. Let me know how you're doing during that challenge, and I can bring that up to her as well as when we have her back on the 13th. So everybody ready for the no sugar challenge? You ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to rock it out and to do it, and to push forward, just to see, okay, I'm gonna discipline myself. And with me, that will be kind of like I'm not as big of a sugar person as I used to be, but I still like certain things at certain times. It's like sometimes I just want that one donut and I'm good, or that one piece of like dark chocolate, because I love dark chocolate, and that one little piece and I'm good. I don't have to eat the whole thing. But during this challenge, I'm going to try to go none, no sugar whatsoever. So let me know how y'all doing out there, okay, with that no sugar challenge, if you have committed to doing that. Okay, as you all know, this is the last Friday of 2022, and I am so glad that you all have joined me through the whole year. I have celebrated, my 1 year anniversary as being on, um, like the TV side of this broadcasting, because in the beginning I was just doing radio and I switched over and I've made it a year. Yay! It's a whole year, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what's coming for this upcoming year. I started working on some stuff a while ago and I'm still working on it. So I'm excited about what is going to happen. Oh man, I'm excited about what is going to happen in the up and coming um months, because it's going to be some things that are going to happen and it's going to be awesome, and I'm so looking forward to it. Um I want you all to just hang in there with me and my whole and beautiful nation. I want y'all to come on in, and I want you all to join me. I want you to talk to me. Let me know how you're feeling about the different subjects that we talk about, because I want to share information with you that you're desiring, though that information that you want. And like I said, I will share everything possible that I can share with you, because I want you to have the information, because a lot of information I didn't get until I was older. Um so I want to make sure that we get the right information to you. I just don't want to be sharing stuff and you was like, "Oh, I don't need that." I want you to just tell me, what is it that you're looking for. Um I'm trying to send a text to. I'm like, "Oh my goodness." But anyway, let's get on with what I want to share with you tonight. I want to share with you just a lot of different things. Need to have I know sugar challenge where. Yeah, we need, so we can see. I want to see how the no sugar challenge goes for you all. I know I was like, I've done it like before. It's been years ago, but we gonna see what happens this time. I'm gonna see if I make it. or if I don't make it. I was thinking about New Year's and I was like, okay, what are some facts about New Year's? So we're going to share some facts about the new year, and then I have some other things that I want to share with you all, and then it'll be over before you know it. But I'm so glad that y'all are here, and thank you, Miss A, for chiming in and being here tonight. Um, the first fact that I read was that the first ever New Year celebration took place in 2000 BC, which is ages ago. It was long ago. I wondered when was the first one. I was like, when did they start celebrating like New Year's? And I didn't realize that it was that far back. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't think it was back 200 BC. I was like, oh my. So this has been going on for a long time. It's a great celebration. Different countries are having their New Year's, like right now, it's like different people have moving into their New Year, and we move into ours soon too. But it's amazing to me all the different time zones and different places. So everybody's celebrating at different times as it goes throughout. But January 1st was never the New Year Eve at first. At first, though it was not practiced by many. Okay, they said that Romans used to celebrate March 1st as the New Year. How about that, Linda? And I say, how about that, Linda? Because March 1st is her birthday, yeah. But that's when they used to celebrate the New Year was March the 1st. That's interesting. That's an interesting fact. Wow, didn't know that either. One thing that I read, and I was trying to find it, I was trying to go back through and find it, but they said the most cars, y'all get this now, the most cars are stolen on New Year's Day. Now, ain't that something? I was like, no, people better stay away. Like I plead the blood over my vehicle. Yes, you're not going to take my car. But I was like, man, that is interesting. The most cars that they have stolen is on New Year's Day. How about that? Okay, let's just moving right along. How many of you have the custom of New Year's, that tradition of New Year's Day that you got to eat? You got to have black eyed peas. You got to have collard greens. What else? It's you got to have some type of pork or something like that. You got to have all those things, and that's supposed to be for prosperity and different things. How many of you practice that tradition? Can I see somebody? You can put your hand up, and you can you can see put a thumbs up. Yes, I do, or no, I don't. Or what are your meal plans for New Year's Day? Do you go with the tradition of what everybody else is doing? Because I know to go to the store right now to buy you some greens, it probably ain't happening. If you ain't already got them, you might not be able to get them in black eyed peas, honey. You probably can't even find the dry ones. Because everybody is getting them, because that's what they gotta have that meal. They used to say, you know what, you need to make sure that your house is clean. You need to make sure that all your clothes and stuff are washed and everything. So you would see so many people out. Back in the day, they would make sure that their house was clean from top to bottom. They made sure that those clothes was washed up. And then on New Year's Day, it was, they had the old like wives' tale of like you had to have a man to be the first one to enter your house so that your house would be prosperous or you would walk in prosperity for the year. So my dad and a friend of ours, she's like a sister to us. She reminded me of that, and I just laughed because my dad would go through the neighborhood to be the first man to walk through. He'd be the first person to walk through their door, so they would have a man walk through their house on New Year's Day. So he would get up on New Year's Day and he would go from the different neighbors' houses and stuff that believed that. And he would walk in their house. He walk in and he speak and everything. He walk through the front, he go out the back, and he go to the next house. I'm like, oh my goodness. And they were so serious about that. They really were. they were serious about that thing. So that is something that the different traditions that people believe, the different things that they feel like have to happen in order for your new year to be prosperous. And then you have your people who make their New Year's resolutions and all that other stuff. And what I've learned, like for me over the years, is like you make a change when you desire to. When you desire to make that change, you make it. When you want to be committed to it, you'll be committed to it. Because so many people, one of the number one things, and I know y'all probably know this, so I'm gonna see if y'all can put it in the comment section. What is one of the number one things that people say that they're gonna do for the new year? I'll give y'all a few little seconds here. It's one that everybody should know, that every single year people say that they're going to do it. And I tell you what, people make money off of it too. But every year, this is like the number one thing that people say that they're going to do for the new year. So what do you all think? Let me see your comments, please. And Dolores Thompson, like lose weight. There you go, Dolores. That is it. Weight loss. There you go, Linda. Yes, ma'am. That is it. That's the number one. They say they're going to lose weight. They're going to eat right, exercise, all that good stuff. And we make these resolutions and we say that this is the things that we're going to do. I am saying, like, whatever day you start, if you start today, if you started yesterday, some of us started like a few months ago saying, you know what, I need to get this on track and that on track. You don't have to wait until January 1 to say, oh, this is what my New Year's resolution is going to be. Whenever you decide to make the change, you can make the change. But the one thing about it is you got to be disciplined and you got to be committed to it. You can say all day long, this is what I want to do. But until you commit to it and say, you know what, no matter what happens, I'm going to follow through. Because we will follow through for other people. They will need us to go do whatever. I know that's the fact with me. They'll need me to do whatever, and I will make sure that I'm there, that I'm on time, that I'm doing what this person has asked me to do. But then when it comes to me, I don't do that. I don't have that same energy for myself. So I want to have that same energy for myself. So in order to do that, I got to just think of myself as being important too. I think of myself as like, you know what? I need to get up in the mornings. I need to do what I need to do. I need to exercise. Why? For me. I need to eat right. Why? For me. I'm not, out here trying to do it for somebody else and make sure that they're taken care of. I need to make sure that I'm taken care of. So, and I love it because I see Dolores on Facebook, and Dolores goes to church with me, Next Level. That's the place, a step closer to where God wants you to be. That's where we are. And I admire her, and I want her to know that. I'm glad that you said something, Dolores, because I admire you. I look up to you. I'm like, oh, Dolores is just doing it, because I see her go on her cruises. I see her out going to the state parks and going to different places, and she is living life and having so much fun. And I love it. I love it. Every time I see her post something, I was like, I gotta like this. I gotta get on here and see what she's doing. And she's always doing something, but it's to just better herself. And she is a phenomenal woman. That's who she is. And I appreciate you, Dolores. And I thank you for chiming in. I thank you that you're out there. And thank you for all the things that you do, because you have inspired me to do some of those things. And I was like, this year I'm going to do it. And because I have no excuse not to. I give myself excuses sometimes, but I was like, no, you can't give excuses. You can get on out there. You can go do that hike. You can go do that walk. You can go and start those swimming lessons, which I need to do. And guys, I'm 52. I don't know how to swim, but I said I'm going to learn. I am going to learn how to swim. Yes, I am. And I'll give y'all a report how me in the water going to be. But I am going to do it. That's something and I want to. And I don't know why, but I want to go back and skate. I used to skate a long time ago, but I want to go back, and I said I want to relearn. I want to do some things and just live and have fun every day. And sometimes people think that you have to have people with you. You do not. You don't have to have people with you in order to have fun, in order to enjoy life, in order to enjoy yourself. You don't need a crowd. You can just have you, and having fun by yourself will attract other people, because they was like, wow, she's so happy she out here by herself, or he's so happy he out here by himself. But when they see that joy in you and it's bubbling up and it's overflowing, they're gonna be drawn to you, and that's an opportunity for you to make a friend. That's an opportunity for you to pour into somebody else, because you never know what is going on with them. And for them to see you having so much fun and living life, that is an awesome thing. That's a great thing. And that's what I want you all to do. I really do. I want y'all to do that, to live your life and have fun all the time. Um, One of the things that I really appreciate is that I was talking to my son earlier in the week. I said something to him. I was like, hey, these are some of the things I like doing. And he was like, this is something, because you have, he said, I didn't know that about you. And I said, yeah, I love people, because I was telling him about books that I was reading. And I love people. I love their autobiographies. I love to learn about people, their life story. How did you get here? What's your backstory? I love to find out what their backstory is. And it's not because, I just want to know and I want the tea, so to speak. No, it's just because I find it interesting the way we all grew up and the different things that we were exposed to or not exposed to. And to see how people are prospering today, or to see the things that they're going through today or walking through or living out. I just want to know your backstory, because everybody got one. Everybody got, that story that they may want to share, that story they may not want to share with you at all. But we all have a story. And I love reading about people's stories. And I was talking to my sister, one of my sisters, earlier in the week, and we were talking about someone, and I was like, man, this person I admire. I said, I'm a fan. Yep, I am. So I said, yeah, I'm going to talk to you all about who I'm a fan of tonight. One of the people that I'm a fan of, and the person that we were talking about. But before I do that, let me tell you what a fan is, okay? Because I want to make sure that y'all understanding, what a fan is. Because sometimes I didn't even know. I was like, let me look it up, because people say, oh, I'm a fan. So what is a fan? A fan is a person who exhibits strong interest or admiration for something or somebody. So it's like a strong interest in that person. It's an admiration for that person. It's like, I'm a fan of that person. Just like I was talking about Dolores earlier. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Dolores, right? Because I love to see the things that she's doing. With me, the person that I wanted to share with y'all tonight was Steve Harvey. I'm a fan, because we were talking about him and the things that he does. And my sister, she saw like a short clip, and he talked about what he does within the course of a day. And she said, you got to see this. And I found it and I listened to it. And it was a short clip, but he talked about how his day goes. And sometimes we look at people and we're looking at the finished product, but we're not looking at the backstory. We don't know what happened in the backstory of it all, and what he goes through on a day-to-day basis in order to accomplish the things that he's accomplishing, doing what he's doing. He's on a radio show. He's doing these other he's on Family Feud. He is doing all these other things. He has this organization, nonprofit organization that he's over. So he's working that. He has so many different things that are going on. But in the beginning of that video, it says he's up. They show him up. It's 4:35, guys, in the morning. And he is outside with a trainer working out. His day is started already. But before he even gets out there to exercise, when he wakes up, he talks about how he'll read that particular scripture. He sits and he meditates on that scripture before he heads out the door. And then he goes out to go exercise. He's exercising at 4:35 a.m. Then he has the radio show. He has the TV shows that he's doing. He has other things that are going on within the course of his day. So then he keeps going and he keeps going and he's breaking for his lunch. He has to break for his breakfast, his lunch, his dinner. He doesn't get back home till like about 10 at night. And then he has to wind down, get ready for bed, and he starts all back over again. And what I admire about him, oh, thank you, Dolores. What I admire about Steve Harvey is this: he turns everything back to God. That's one of the main things that I like about him. He always turns everything back to the Lord. He was like, if it had not been for God, I couldn't do this. God has a plan. If you listen to some of the motivational things that he says, he always tells people God has a plan for your life. And you just need to follow the plan that God has for your life. Who would have thought that that would have been coming out of Steve Harvey? But it is. And he is talking about it. And he turns everything back to God, but then he believes in himself. He believes who God has created him to be. He's walking in it. He's living it. He's encouraging other people to do it. He's not just out here saying, oh, I did it by myself. He allows you to see there were other people that sold into his life. There was other people that loved on him. There was other people that gave to him when he didn't have for himself. He talks about people who gave him money to help him, people who brought them into their homes and allow him to stay when he didn't have nowhere else to go. He didn't forget about those people. He talks about those people. And he not only talks about the people that helped him, he talks about the people who told him he couldn't do it and how he's doing it now. And sometimes we be like, oh, well, he shouldn't talk about the people that didn't want to help him. But yeah, he talked about them too, because he said, they discouraged him. But you know what? He found encouragement even in the midst of all of that and continued to press forward, because there was when somebody said he couldn't, there was somebody that was there saying, yes, you can. And he got that on the inside of him that he could. And he's doing it every single day. He's in his 60s now. And he is doing this every single day. He's working harder. He's doing what he needs to do. And he has said so many times that he's more healthier now than he ever has been, that he feels better now than he ever has. So I want for this little part here where I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of Mr. Steve Harvey because of what he's doing. It's good to see people out there working, but then they're telling you what they're doing. They're showing you what they're doing. They're not just out there and making you think that the finished product, this was all like just tulips and roses, roses without the thorns. No, it's hard work. So from him and from looking at that, I was like, you got to put the work into yourself. If you wanted something, you got to put the work in. You got to push for it. You got to love yourself enough to say, you know what? I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to make sure that you eat right. I'm going to make sure that you exercise. I'm going to make sure that you have fun. I'm going to make sure that you are good. And talking about yourself. Why? Because you need to. You need to love yourself and you need to believe in you. God believes in you. Why you can't believe in you? You're here for a reason, for a purpose. So enjoy that. Enjoy that purpose. And it doesn't take you long to find it. If you sit and you look at your life, I started looking at my own life from when I was a child up until now. And there is a pattern there, because there are things that I'm gifted at doing. There are things that have always been there all along. And if you look at your life and you begin to look at those things, you will see those things that are a pattern that's been there all along. You need to start working on those things. He said one thing, and I thought about that thing. He was saying that for 4 hours a day, if you have 4 hours a day to work on that one thing that you know that you're good at, that one thing that you love to do, if you have 4 hours a day to do it, would you concentrate on it and just work it for 4 hours a day? He was like, I tell jokes, but I'm telling jokes all day long. He may go and do a stand up, but when he is on Family Feud, he cracking jokes. When he's on other stuff, he's still cracking jokes. Why? Because jokes is a part of who he is. And he was saying how he just gets better and better and better at it. Why? Because he's doing it all the time. He's practicing that. He's all the time practicing that craft. What are the things that are in your life that you know are there that you can be working on, that you can spend time on, instead of sitting in front of the TV and watching like 4 and 5 hours of TV? Why not pour into yourself? If you're watching something that's going to benefit you, good. But sometimes we watch stuff and it's like mindlessly. We're not even paying attention to what's on there. We just got TV on. And we're not really paying attention, but we'll sit in front of it, but we have zoned out. Why not take that time and pour into yourself? Something that you know that you're good at, but you need to work at. You may be an artist, but if the more you work at that art, the more it's going to be more detailed. It's going to be more beautiful. Why? Because you're putting the time in, and you are. We think, sometimes I hear people and they're thinking that, oh, I'm just going to get zapped with this. Oh, I don't have to practice. I don't have to do this, that, or the other. Yes, you do. Even if you're good at a thing, even if you are at the top in your field of whatever that you can do, if you work at it more, if you study it more longer, if you go in there and put some more time in, you just get better and better and better at it. So why not put the time in for yourself? Do that for yourself. Do that for yourself. Start today. Start tonight. Take a couple of hours, take an hour, take 30 minutes and say, you know what? This is the time. I know I'm good at this right here. I'm going to practice this. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do this, or I'm going to accomplish that. I'm going to write. I'm going to draw. I'm going to color this, like paint this thing that I can paint. Go get you some canvases and paint. Do something for you and practice at it. Practice at your purpose. Practice at your purpose. Practice it. Whatever your purpose is, practice it every day. When I was learning how to ride a bike, I was practicing and practicing until my dad was able to take those training wheels off, and I started riding. And did I run into a couple of ditches? Yes, I did. But I got up, I brushed myself off, got back on that bike. I kept pedaling. Why? Because I didn't have to have those training wheels, and I got better and better and better at it, where I could ride the bike with no hands. I can guide this bike with no hands at all. And me and my sister, we try to play Evil Knievel. Evil. Oh, man. And we would try to jump ditches and all kinds of stuff with our bike. So it's like, you get better. That might be not so good analogy, but you get better. You get better at things when you practice. Even if you practice your handwriting, you're going to get better at it. So practice. All right, guys? Practice your purpose. Whatever your purpose is, put some time in every day. Just like you're in school. When you're in school or you're in college, haven't been in college, but when you're in school and you studying for that particular test, but all that time frame they've been teaching you the material. If you go home and you study it along the way, you don't have to cram for the test at the last minute. You can study along the way and continue to study, and you building your capacity, and then you get in there and the test is not as hard. It's like you get in there, the material. So now I can get in here and I can put down what I need to put down. I can answer this question. Why? Because I have rehearsed it and rehearsed it. And I know some people may say, you know what? I'm just not good at tests. When I get tests, it's like I draw a blank. Sometimes that's me too, depending on what it is. But I have learned that if I'm like just studying the stuff and I get comfortable with it and I get confident in it, if I'm confident in it, that means I've practiced it a lot. I know it like I know the back of my hand. So therefore, I can just go ahead and do what I need to do. So you need to practice your purpose. Okay? Do that for me. All right. Um, I wanted to share these two things with you, and then we're done for the night, guys. I really appreciate y'all being on here with me and joining me for this year, this ending of the year celebration. You know, I'm having fun. I hope y'all are too. Um, the song All Lang Syne. I used to wonder about this song because I was like, what are they saying? Because I don't have a clue. And the All Lang Syne means times long past, things that was in the past, things that are gone. So it says, should all acquaintance be forgot? This was a poem and they put it to music and never brought to mind should all acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne. It's like the old times being past. And then they talk about drinking a cup of cheer, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's why they do the wine or do the champagne and all the other stuff. And it's like letting, I look at it as like letting go of the things of the past and moving forward. That's the way they'll look at it. But you can look up the lyrics because I was going through and some of the lyrics I still like don't understand that much, but I do understand the fact that this is times past. So it's like letting go of those things that are gone, pressing towards those things that are new. So let's let go of the things of the past and press towards the mark of the high call that is in Christ Jesus. Letting go of it does not mean that, oh, I forget about it and I don't remember it, because you have great memories with some things that have happened and you want to remember those things. It's just saying, you know what, I'm not going to allow this to like rule my future. I'm going to enjoy it and embrace it. And even though it was good, I still can go forward. Okay, now we're going to move on to words to fortify. I want to give you some words to fortify you as we are ending this year, going into the next year. What is fortify? That means to strengthen you. So I'm going to share this with you. And after we share this, guys, that will be it for tonight. But I wrote this down and I wanted to share this with you to end out this new year, the end out this old year, moving into our new year. And just what, one day? Because tomorrow, that is tomorrow at 4 though, Whole and Beautiful will be back on. So if you didn't get the whole thing, you can listen to it tomorrow. Let your friends know. Let them know, hey, go back and listen to that show. That was a good show last night. Let's share this. I want to share these words that I wrote down for you all to fortify you. Okay? May we remember our loved ones, those who are gone and those who remain here. May we cherish every waking moment, making memories full of cheer that extend beyond this earthly life, which many hold so dear. Remembering those who are not with us physically, but forever in our hearts, having the strength to keep moving forward, loving and embracing life. To remember is to move forward, not expecting to live in the past, for the past is but a memory that should catapult you to your destiny as you embrace it as a memory. Not your now, not your future, but the fire to drive, to push you even further beyond the place that you're in. This next year will be exactly what you desire it to be. It's merely a matter of your perception, a matter of your choice. Don't allow what's been to drag you in. Stay focused, keep walking, moving forward, and watch this new year transform into the greatest year you have ever known. And that is just some words of encouragement, some words to strengthen you and to fortify you as you go into 2023. Don't let what happened this year destroy your next year. Don't let happen what happened like one moment ago destroy this moment. Embrace life, live, have fun, enjoy you. Are we going to face challenges? Yes, but we face them with the joy of the Lord on the inside of us, and we keep moving and we keep pressing and we keep going forward. Just keep moving. It's hard to hit a moving target. You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. Don't just stand still. Keep pressing forward. Keep moving forward. Keep being who you are and practice your purpose. All right, guys, that is my show for tonight. I am so glad that you all have joined me tonight. I'm so glad that you have joined me this entire year of 2022, and we're moving into 2023, and I'm excited about it, and I know you all are too. Have a wonderful rest of this year. And go into the new year with new joys, new hopes, new desires, new dreams. Even if it's an old dream again and say, you know what, it's going to happen. Why? Because I'm going to put in the work. I'm not waiting for somebody to come and just thrust it or just push it on me. I am going to do the work, and that's how I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do the work to accomplish what I need to accomplish in my own life. Yes. And I will listen to the Father and see what He has to say. And I will be obedient to the things that He tells me to do. But even when He tells me to do, I got to do. I can't sit down and just sit and do nothing. I got to get up and do something. Okay? Practice your purpose. Have the most prosperous 2023 that you possibly can have. And when life challenges come, just know that you're going to go through it. You're not going to, I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get to the other side. Don't sit in it. Continue to move, because you're going to get to the other side of it. Have peace, joy, love, happiness, all of that. And this ending of the year going into the next year. Now, I am Angela Oliphant, and I am allowing you to see, to hear, and to know that whole and beautiful is not just your destination. It is most definitely your journey. Thank you for being with me on my journey this year. I thank you that you're going to come on in with me to 2023, and we're going to make it a great one. The whole and beautiful nation is going to expand and get larger and larger, and we are just going to rejoice and continue to move forward. Guys, have the most amazing weekend. Make sure that you are safe out there. Make sure that you are taking care of each other, because we all need each other, right? Okay. Okay, guys, that is it for tonight. Love you much. Until we meet again next Friday at 7 p.m., I am Angela Oliphant. Remember your no sugar challenge. If you're going to do it, hold beautiful at gmail.com. Send me an email, and we'll be talking about it again next week. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.